Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to share these super easy 3 Valentine's watercolor cards. Anybody can do this and you cannot go wrong with these. These are super fun cards and it will just take 5 minutes of your time to create each one of them. So let's get started. So for the material, I'm going to use this watercolor paper. This is a 300 GSM watercolor paper and it has very nice texture to it. So I'm going to paint on this and then I will stick this to my card. So I'm using this for all the 3 cards, and then I will be using round brushes for this one. This is a number 4 and number 9, and I have my watercolors. You can use the ones that you have. So I have water, I have paper towel to wipe anything just in case. So let's start with the first card. So for the first card, I am going to draw a tree branch, and with it we are going to hang the watercolor hearts. So let's start with it. First, I'm going to use a brown shade mixed with a little bit of black. So once you have a perfect mix of black and brown, we are going to start with the branch, and I'm going to start from this side and just randomly add the branch. And you can intensify it by dropping in some more color. I'm using a ziggly stroke here, so I'm not actually making straight lines for the branches because I want that the branches are rough, so I want that texture to it. And that's about the branches. Now let's move to the fun part, which is painting our watercolor hearts. So I am going to use a technique which is wet on wet, which means I'm going to first create these hearts with water, and then I will drop in the color. So I'm just painting the hearts just with water first. And if you want to see the shape, you can just take your paper and just move it around, and you will see the reflection of what you have just painted with water. And you can correct anything that you want. I'm going to do a next one, which is going to be here. So some can be big, some can be small. And one I will be making here. And for these hearts, I will be using a mix of magenta and red. Let's start dropping the color now. And when we drop, it's going to spread a little wherever we drop the color. And it is going to stay in the heart that we have created with water. Now I'm going to take this pink. And look how beautifully it spreads. Add a little bit of pink here also. So this technique usually creates a very loose painted effect which looks so beautiful and soothing to the eyes. I'm just refining the edges of it. So as you can see, we see so much texture in the hearts right now, so it looks good. And if you want to make it even more artistic, you can just grab a little bit of paper towel and just pick some color from the random places to create some texture in the hearts or little reflection like that. We will let this dry for some time and add little more details afterwards. So this is almost dried up, and now I'm going to make the strings that looks that these are hanging from the branch. So I'm just going to take a black gel pen and I'm just going to create a loop here around its circle, and then from here I'm going to take just two lines depicting that it's hanging from the branch like that. Similarly, I'm going to do it here. I'm also going to add few small bows here. So just creating a loop and some cute little bows here just on the top of these hearts. And finally, I'm going to add my text here. Onto the next card. So in this card, what we're going to do is we are going to create a jar and we are going to fill it with lots of hearts, which will be the flowers for our pot. So for the pot, I'm going to use very light brown shade just to loosely outline it. So I'm going to create a heart jar right here, and then just some ziggly lines for the so as you can see, I'm just using very small strokes to define the line and not really bothering about making it perfect. So because we are making it artistic, so we do not need to bother about it. And then I'm going to just create some light watery effect to give some shadow in the jar. I'm just using water and it's smudging off the brown from the jar like that. We will let this dry, and after that we will add more details. So I'm using a very watery consistency of the red watercolor, and I will create few hearts at the random places. Very simple. And I will also take a little bit of pink as well. Like that. And also I'm going to use this green color. I have mixed sap green with a little bit of brown and black to make it darker. So now I'm going to make the branches to these hearts and paint them through the jar. They can be in any direction. Also, I'm going to make few petals to these branches. So the technique that I'm using is I'm just taking watercolor on my brush, and then I am going to just start from this stem and then just press my brush on the paper and pick it up. So it creates nice leafy shapes. Very easy to do. It's completely dried, and I'm going to use my black calligraphy pen. You can use any gel pen also. And I'm just going to doodle around a little bit to give more, texture to this painting. So I'll just use very cracky lines and giving it a sketchy look. And then I'm just loosely going to outline these hearts a little bit, as you can see. When we use a breaky line like this, it gives very artistic feel to the painting. So I like using these strokes a lot. And plus our paper has a very nice texture going on, so it gives even more beautiful effect. And that's about it for this card. And for the final card, we are going to create a heart wreath. So I'm lightly going to take this brown and create a guiding line, which means we have to create a heart. So I'm just going to create a guiding line, very loose and light. If you want, you can use a pencil first to do this, but because we are going to add many more details to this heart, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to just create few twigs coming out of these heart like this. Use this red and pink to create beautiful tiny hearts here, very small and very delicate, wherever you like, wherever you want, upside down, sideways. And that's good. And while this dries up, I'm going to add more details with the brown, and I'm going to add tiny little leaves to make it fuller. And I'm going to use the same brown mixture with a little bit of black and add few tiny petals and some cherries. So I'm just going to randomly place the leaves. And lastly, I'm at random places, I'm going to add little small dots like cherries. We will let this dry, and in the center I'm going to write a little small text. So this is the final look of all the cards, and I absolutely loved doing this one, and they are super easy and take few minutes to make one. So surprise your loved ones with handmade cards. And if you enjoyed today's video, then please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. That means a lot to me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.